I just finished listening to this man. He's a Nigerian based in Canada, threatening that they are going to take the federal government to Canadian government, report them to American government. The way they are lobbying for the American government to see them that they are doing the right thing, they will see them in the light at which they are. If anything happens to VDM, they will take virtually everyone. Because at the end of the day, trying to silence Very Dark Man is silencing the voice of the voiceless. When I listened to this man, what he said is something that everybody needs to listen to, especially the second guy. You need to learn from it. Let me say this. If you listen to Very Dark Man yesterday, the reply Very Dark Man gave, and you are not challenged to stand tall, the fight for a better Nigeria, it needs to involve me and you. So if you still in your corner believing that it no concern me, it goes on concern you. Listen to how China has used common sense to achieve a lot. Very Dark Man is a necessity. Take a listen.
Let's watch this video.
Now you can talk. Bandits went into a school in Oyo State. They carried 3 teachers, 1 man, 2 women. They carried students. One of the teachers was backing an infant child. Few days later, there was a report that one of the teachers was beheaded. Bayo Onanuga, where is your comment on that? As I speak to you today, today's Children's Day. Those children are still in an unknown location as we speak. We don't even know how they are faring. We don't know what they chop. We don't know where they sleep. We don't know what they go down bite them. We don't even know if they're still alive. You have never made comments about that. But today, you finally gave voice. Not because you care about the voice note, but because this is an opportunity to silence Very Dark Man.
For a lot of the people following me in diaspora, a lot of the Westerners on my page, I will explain to you very clearly. Today is National Children's Day in Nigeria, and I wish all the children, Nigerian children, well. What you're hearing from this young man is called Very Dark Man. He's a Nigerian. I don't know whether to call him activist. Whether you like him or not, he speaks the truth most of the time, and he represents the unrepresented. He's the voice of the voiceless, as they say. So recently, there's kidnappers went into a primary school in Nigeria, kidnapped a lot of kids in Nigeria, kidnapped a lot of teachers, and actually beheading them online. And the Nigerian government has not said a word. Now, there is a purported video that this gentleman here made comment, which I know is fake. I've watched it. And the Nigerian government is threatening to arrest him. Essentially, they're trying to suppress the freedom of speech in Nigeria. But make I tell them something. You have to arrest all of us. If you touch VDM, get ready. You see that lobby group where you carry come America, you go double the money because you give America their own, you can't give Canada their own because I go allow them. I'm telling you. I've made a video before in support of VDM. I've donated to VDM's charity. I'm just doing it out of my own volition. Like, at this stage in life, I do things that I'm convinced about. I'm not saying everything he does is correct, but he speaks the truth most of the time. And on this occasion, he's speaking the truth. The Nigerian government has not done well. They don't deserve to be re-elected, and they should do something about insecurity in my country, period. And if you touch Very Dark Man, get ready to touch all of us. Nazo Doklam from Canada.
Did you see the comment? Bro, I opened my mouth when I saw the comment. The end of Very Dark Man has come. Since you seen at me, and all of them want a gang for Twitter, saying at me, no problem. In short, I supposed to come Nigeria later, but I will change flights or I will book flights. Make I come earlier. I want to see what I want to do. If you are pained that Very Dark Man is speaking, what option do I have now to speak? It is my fundamental human right to criticize you. It is my fair comment to criticize the government when they are doing wrong. We are in democracy, for crying out loud.
Genuinely, if I ever hear anybody say Very Dark Man is an APC agent or whatever, I think I'm just going to block you at this point. I don't need to entertain your idiocy. For example, growing up, there were a lot of things that my parents were doing, which I did not necessarily agree with, but they were necessary for my growth. I needed them. They were a necessity. So you need to understand the difference between necessity and complete acceptance. They mean two different things. And when you look at the condition of the kind of country that we're in right now, we are desensitized towards evil, towards things that don't make sense. I'm going to be posting a video tomorrow about the positioning of what China is doing in their country. You will understand that the gap between Nigeria and China today is more than one light year. Do you know what light year is? If you travel at the speed of light around the earth, 1 billion times, you have not covered the distance from one star to another star. That is how far China is ahead of us. Very dark man is a necessity to the condition of Nigeria. I repeat, very dark man is a necessity to the condition of this country. I don't agree with his methods, but I agree with the principle. There was someone that messaged me 2 days ago and said, see your idiot very dark man, that is not the one that is talking about say he sleep with Fina, he's telling her to her face, he will do this. I said, first of all, I'm not saying him saying it is the right thing to do. But at the same time, there's a difference between something being descriptive and prescriptive. They are two different things. I can describe what I do without telling you to go and do it. I'm not telling you to do it. I am only describing. It is in the same way when you read scriptures. Scriptures will tell you something like, and Abraham slept with his wife's maid because she told him to, because she couldn't wait for a child. You now come out and say, did God not allow Abraham to marry 2 wives? God never told Abraham to do that. That was Abraham's free will to listen to the wife of God. He's describing a story for you, not prescribing it for you. There's prescription and there's description. There's a lot of misuse of all these things. You need to understand the difference between the two. There's a description. Love your neighbor as yourself. It's prescriptive. It's not describing. Husband, love your wife as Christ loved the church. It's prescriptive and descriptive at the same time. Husband, love your wife. Prescriptive. As Christ loved the church. Descriptive. You now need to go and find the description of how did Christ love the church. So you need to understand the two whenever anybody is speaking. Whenever any conversation is done or is had, there are 3 things you need to study. There is what is understated, what is overstated, and what is unstated. And also, there is what is descriptive and there's what is prescriptive. It's either I'm describing something or I'm prescribing something for you. You don't understand how we are positioned. You see, when something is a fact, positioning and strategy is the response. We are positioned for failure. If my brother calls me, tells me, Bristol, I need something, I need money, I send him bang. But there were other kids that were kidnapped and all that. And our society is completely desensitized to it. I mean, I made videos today. I was happy about it. I was fine. But at the back of my mind, my soul was not completely at rest because I'm like, this, even though life isn't fair, but there's nothing I can do. We live in a country where you cannot speak the truth with your platform. You can be taken. We live in a country where we don't have freedom after speech. We have freedom of speech in the sense that we can talk with our platform, but we don't know what comes after. I've spoken, but the freedom after speech is not guaranteed. And that's why a lot of us are extremely scared. But the truth is this. One thing I know for sure is that you do not fight corruption by tackling corruption. You fight corruption by creating value. So even though I know I cannot attack the government because it's not going to solve anything, but that doesn't mean I'm going to entertain you. And in that sense, I'm going to be using my platform for the next 1 week. I'm going to be using my platform to actually show us value that can be created. If the government will not listen to anything, I hope that some of them or some billionaires can see what's happening and then they can recreate it here. And at least we can have a way of making life have meaning for us. Content creation is outside of the government. Every single thing that is thriving today that's working, let me not say everything, 98% is outside of government. We have more than enough money for our need, but we don't have enough money for our greed. That's the biggest problem of this country. And the fundamental flaw is that even spiraling down to even a dispatch rider, the corruption is there also. I've dealt with many dispatch riders. A lot of them are not honest. A lot of them are unfaithful. Even as little as, oh, where are you? Oh, I'm already on my way to your place. Express delivery. They will take someone else's, they will go to like 4 other places, take more than what they've been paid for. They will waste your time. Even on the little instances of dispatch riders, they are unfaithful at the level. They are greedy. They will collect like 12,000 naira for a job they should have collected 5,000 naira, telling you that it's express delivery. They will still take about 6 hours and lie to you that their bike broke down. It's a lie, they've taken other jobs. Why not just tell them that you cannot do it? So when you look at corruption at a whole, you look at it with the bird eye view, it has eaten deep even down to the system. I don't want to mention some things. If you look at the pharmaceutical world, there's corruption there. If you look at even doctors, everything, everywhere, there's corruption everywhere. If I tell you things I've seen, I've read, I've studied, articles, whatever, it's everywhere. It's sad. And even in football scene, you say your mind about something, you just say, okay, this is my opinion. I think this player is better than this player. They're already cussing you. You're a fool. You're you're this or that. And it only shows that, if you can be unfaithful with the little power you have from your phone, from the comfort of your house, what are you going to do if you are placed into a position of power of government? If I say something that you don't like, you get me arrested. He that is faithful in little is faithful in plenty. He that is unfaithful in little is unfaithful in plenty. If you can curse me or wish me death because I say Messi is better than Ronaldo, or because I say Yamal is better than Ronaldo, it's my opinion. If you can wish me death because of that, if you get into power, you would unalive a lot of people just because of your own emotions. And one of the issues that I've seen that has caused this problem is that Nigeria as a whole, I'm dealing with Nigeria now, let's not extend it to Africa. Nigeria as a whole, as the society has reduced us to an abnormal way of thinking, in the sense that an average Nigerian moves from emotion to action. And whenever you move from emotion to action, you always have anarchy. You have misuse of items, misuse of positions, because you move from emotions to action. In the same way, if you see a woman and she's enticing, she's beautiful, she has a very good body, she's seductive, she's pretty, she's not even trying to seduce you sometimes, but she's pretty, but because you have the finance to take her, that's emotions. It's emotions that's making you lost after and all of that. To now go after it immediately is the same issue I'm talking about, emotions to action. And normally, in a society where you thrive, where there's value, is you go from emotions to logic to truth, and the truth you arrive at action. Emotions must be guided by logic must be guided by the truth, and from the truth you arrive at interpretation. That's how you have a proper society. And a society where law is not enforced, we don't have enforcement of law. This is what you're going to have. If you go and read the story of Lee Kuan Yew, the guy that transformed Singapore, one thing I read that was fascinating was, for the transformation for Lee Kuan Yew to work in Singapore, to transform Singapore, a lot of people had to be jailed and unalived. A lot of people. So for a country like Nigeria to work, because corruption has eaten deep, there are so many people that are surviving off corruption in this country. If corruption is not as shameless as it is, or at peak level, there are a lot of people that we call rich, or we call them this person a billionaire. It's not going to work. I'm going to be dropping the video from tomorrow. I'm going to really be showing you guys what's happening in other parts of the world. At least I will use my platform for that and create value, while VDM does his own thing and every other person contributes in his own way. Everybody knows that when it comes to insecurity in Nigeria, this is not the first time I'm posting it. I've posted it not once, not twice, not 3 times. I've had people say, oh, I'm a member of APC or whatever, and I'm like, so this is what this VDM guy is facing. Me, member of what? I'm not even into politics or whatnot or whatever. It's not my thing. But nonetheless, let me say this. Do you know in China today, you cannot post about wealth, about being rich on your social media?
Fun fact, China has begun to crack down on influencers who use money and luxurious lifestyles to attract followers. In the last month, many high net worth Chinese influencers have had their accounts deleted. Most notably, Wang Hongquanxing, who was known as the Chinese Kim Kardashian and had 4.3 million followers. He would show off his 7 luxury properties in Beijing and would never leave the house in an outfit worth less than $1.4 million. Another influencer, Abelon's sister, who had 2 million followers, would often stroll through the private gardens of her 3-acre mansion and showcase imperial jade jewelry and massive diamond rings. This crackdown comes as China experiences a massive economic slowdown and a highly competitive job market, which is destroying the middle class. But the Chinese government is very aware of how the USSR fell, and that the common people's unhappiness with the elite's corruption and lavish displays of wealth while they struggled led to an uprising and a revolution that collapsed the empire.
You can't flaunt money of any sort or brag about it. If you do, you will be arrested. It might look like it is too bad, but when you look at the fundamental detriment of what that thing does, of flaunting riches on social media, you would realize that it is the number 1 major cause for societal decay in any atmosphere. It's number 1. It's the truth. The truth is, if I don't know what Serifa or what Ali is doing wherever he is in the world, I cannot be depressed. I cannot be sad. Me, I don't care. Me, I know how to filter those things. My times are in God's hands. But when I see someone who I know I'm smarter than or whatever, I don't know how he got his money, he's posted with a range, it's enough to keep me in my home and be like, you see, I come to do all those type of things. So, and those things have been what has really pushed a lot of youth into a lot of despicable things they've done, peer pressure and whatever. So in China today, they don't allow. You can go and go fact check me. Don't take my word for it. Go and check it. So I'm going to be releasing more things or more styles of what China has been able to implement that has really helped them and reshape their society. So in a country where it is difficult to have hope in anything, even when you have all the money, if you are truly humane, you cannot tell me you're happy with the condition of this country. You can't. It could be your brother any day, it could be your sister, it could be your uncle, it could be your auntie. So at the end of the day, you find out that we are in a spiral decline of moral decay, of insecurity, and you just wonder, at what point does this end? Well, me, I'm going to say this. I don't care how you feel or how this will be. One thing I know for sure, is that you can never do more than what God has allowed you to do. That I'm very sure of. As for me and my house, I have joy in the chaos. I got peace that makes no sense. And before you come and say, I don't blame you, one day to be your this, I am using my platform to do something that I know Instagram can take it down. You wouldn't even dare do it. Some of you are just cowards that say these things. Some of you are cowards. You attack people for speaking. You attack people for stating their opinion and their truth, whereas you have done nothing to uplift the issue at hand. Nothing. The last time I did something similar to this, my page was taken down. I had to pay about $3,000. So please, it is what it is. I have no issues with anyone. I use my platform how I see fit. VDM is a necessity. I don't agree with all his methods, but we need him. There are certain things he speaks up to that you and I do not have the courage to. I cannot fight government, but I can plead to the government to please listen to certain things. And I'm going to be showing some of the value other countries have been doing that has helped their society. Because if you destroy the mentality of the youth of a nation, you destroy the nation. And right now, the Nigerian ecosystem when it comes to the youth is heavily broken completely.
Honestly, Bayo Ononuga and you all calling for VDM's head because of that fake voice note need to apologize to that young man. It's so worrying how a lot of you people are so dumb and can't figure out simple things. I first heard of the voice notes and VDM issue on Leke Olayinka's page. Then I went to listen to the voice notes and immediately I decoded what happened. And I even put it on Leke's page explaining, a bit what happened there and thinking that, it was just one of those things. Until later on, I started seeing it all over different blogs, different pages, different people. And then I saw Bayo Ononuga's post on how VDM should be arrested, blah, 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 and all that. Now, let me break what really happened down with that post, VDM, and everything. So, in this whole issue, there are two fakes. The first one is someone created an AI voice of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he then scripted it to say all those things that he said, about insecurity, how it's going to make the East, Southeast be targeted, blah, 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 all that rubbish. Someone did that. That's the first fake. Then the second fake is that some other people, I don't know if it is that same person who created the AI voice or other mischievous people, they now took that voice, then took one of VDM's post that VDM actually did himself. And the post they took was the one VDM was replying to Michi, where Michi was talking about his necklace or what he was wearing on his neck, that it was spiritually fortified, that he should not wear it, blah, 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 that it was juju and all that. Then VDM talked about, juju, how anybody who votes this government, is influenced by juju, blah, blah, blah. Then he started talking about the government. That was the actual post they stitched. So they took the voice notes, they cut out the part where Michi spoke. Then they started from where VDM was talking about juju. Then they now put that voice note, the fake voice notes, on VDM's post. It's just an overlay. They overlaid that voice notes, the fake voice notes, on VDM's post where he was talking. Then when VDM talked about all the juju and, if you vote for APC, blah, 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 they now played the fake voice notes. That was how that VDM's post was created.
I go talk on my mind. I go talk on my mind, bro. You don't get head. You don't get head. See that thing where they wear for neck? They wear for neck again. They do anything. No, they wear for. You don't go put jars for them. You wear the go to shrine. You don't go put jars for your neck.
All right. So talking about using jars and going to shrine. You see this next video I'm about to play. After you people watch it, we can't decide whether on a shrine they don't take cook on our mind. All the people who want support Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027. We can't know whether they don't cook your mind, so go get sense, or on a day okay. See this next video I'm about to play. After you people watch it, we can't decide whether on a shrine they don't take cook on our mind. All the people who want support Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027. We can't know whether they don't cook your mind, so go get sense, or on a day okay.
They've been trying to.
I don't know why it was so difficult for this fake news, misinformation and all that about this particular one to spread so wide that even a government official was fooled and he spoke on it. Even Larry Olayinka was fooled. A journalist was fooled. You saw that the comments I put on his wall about a couple of hours ago. They were all fooled. Blogs and everyone. Nobody cared to investigate if this thing was true because they all hate VDM and they are seriously looking for ways to pull that young man down. And another thing I want to say is this. A lot of we Nigerians, we do stupid things that gets us into trouble. Now, the person that created that fake voice note, believe it, you are going down. They are going to find you. They are going to get you. They are going to imprison you for that fake voice note. You did that to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You sat in your room, used AI to clone his voice. Then you made him say things that border on national security. Homo, you are going down. And how a lot of people believed that voice note. At first, a lot of people believed it. Why can't you people just think? Use your minds, process things before you act on them. Look, when a president is elected of any country, they go through what is called security briefings. They tell them what to do, what not to do. No president will do a voice note and send. It's against security protocols. No president will a strange number call and he will pick. There are a lot of things. Not only presidents, governors, even your local government chairman. They go through security briefings, they go to EFCC briefings, they do all that before they assume office. And you just think a president will send a voice note like that and it will now get to the public. Man, it be like saying a sawdust they on our head for brains. Look, you that created that fake voice note, all you people that spread it, or the first person that spread it, all of you guys are going down. They are going to look for you. They are going to get you. And you are going to serve your time. Well, tell me what you think about this whole thing in the comment section. If you think VDM did it, if you think it was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's voice, just let me know what you think in the comment section.